What's up, Real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, and welcome in. This is the first time we're doing it like this. I think the first time we're doing it on MVP Entertainment. I think all the other times I've done this, it has been before we even made the entertainment channel. But welcome to our Clash of Champions predictions for this Sunday. WWE going on. All the titles are on the line, and we're going to make some predictions. You might be asking, Ricky, who is making predictions with you? It is, of course, my beautiful co-host, Soapy Muffin.
Hey.
Soapy, you ready to make some predictions for this this interesting card, which is called Clash of Champions?
Sure, may as well.
You're like, sure. We've got a ton of titles on the line, all the titles, basically. US, IC, all the tags, both world titles. And then, obviously, both women's titles as well. We're going to do this interestingly. So, obviously, Soapy and I are going to make our predictions. The order that we are predicting them in is coming out of this beautiful, the glare coming off my computer, this beautiful Blackhawks bucket that I have with all the papers in there. We will be picking them one by one, then giving our predictions. And you can join in too, because we are going to have a contest with our patrons at patreon.com/MVPvid silver and above. They will also get to make their predictions. We're going to see who can make the best predictions when it comes to Clash of Champions. Also, make sure to, if you like wrestling content, subscribe, because Soapy and I do wrestling podcasts once a month, and we've already got 2 of them up. They're a jam, so go ahead and subscribe so you stay tuned for those podcasts and all our wrestling content on top of everything else. But Soapy, let's get into it. This is going to be the noise that you guys hear when I shake them up, by the way. Just got to get that right into the microphone for everybody. The first match we are predicting is... It doesn't want to come undone. Does not want to come undone. Soapy, it's actually the pre-show. That ain't going to show up. That is just pure white. It is Asuka and Zelena. Who you got winning this one? What do you got going down between for the Raw Women's title?
So I got it that Asuka's going to win.
Uh-huh.
And it's mostly because I just don't see Zelena taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And, something with a different prediction I have is, I don't think they're ready to split up the whole group just yet.
Okay. You're talking about the Andrade. You're talking about the Andrade Angel connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I'm gonna go with Asuka as well, only because I think it's stupid to take the title off of her so soon. Here's the other thing that I got brought up while I was watching other predictions is Zelena's been a girl that Vince has really liked. Like, you're my girl. Like, you're one of, like, just like we say, like the big sweaty men are Vince's guys. Like, Zelena's always been one that Vince McMahon likes. Asuka, on the other hand, is one that Vince has never really gotten behind. So there are some out there, and I almost did it, Soapy, where it's like Zelena's going to win. She's going to be the Raw champion. She's a talker. She can back it up. She's basically to me, she would be a similar champion without the with the chicken shit. She would be a similar kind of champion as Alexa Bliss was. I'm shorter. I can back it up. I've got the talking down, but I've got a little bit of chicken shit heel in me in order to keep it. Honestly, this was the one where I'm like coin toss, but like Asuka's got to be the clear one. And I'm going to go with Asuka to win it with you. So far we're the same. I hope we differ on some of these, Soapy, because it's going to be really boring if we don't. The next one we've got up, the IC triple threat ladder match. Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy. Soapy, I'm going to go first here. This one is they should be booking this because Sami Zayn has been completely robbed since coming back. He did not lose his IC title. He is still the IC champion. Jeff Hardy is a faux champion right now. AJ Styles was a faux champion. They are not the real IC champions. And on this night, I feel AJ is going to get some phenomenal forearms in. You've got Jeff Hardy's going to do some swantons off of some ladders that are nice. But in the end, it's a big haluva kick that Sammy's going to hit. I think if I had to pick it, I think that AJ Styles is going to take the pin. And there might be some out-of-the-ring reasons for why I think he takes the pin in the end. But I think Sammy with a haluva kick gets the 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn, your true IC champion, the rightful IC champion.
Yeah, we were about to be 2 and 2 together.
Oh,
but
God.
You know what? I'll switch it up. You know.
Okay.
I would have said Sami Zayn.
Oh, you can go with Sammy if that's what you really think.
I don't want this debate to be that we agree predictions.
So who are you gonna go with then, Jeff or AJ?
I'm going with Jeff. I don't think they're gonna put the belt like this quickly back on AJ, especially after he lost it literally like less than a month ago.
Well, the out of the ring reasons I also think is because of his distrust of Vince McMahon and how outspoken he has been against Vince on platforms like Twitch. I think this would be a way of Vince like sticking it to you. You're going to take the pin and you're going to like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think
Jeff
he's
winning.
taking the pin.
I got Jeff winning, but as much as I want to have it be Sammy, I just don't want us to agree on everything.
So
Gotta at least have some parity.
Soapy's like, damn you for taking mine. I just think Sammy's to me, Sammy's the more entertaining one, and I don't know how much longer Jeff has in the company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ooh, the big dog versus Jay Uso. I think this one's unanimous. I think we're both going to be the exact same.
I mean, yeah, we both know it's Jay. Let's not dance around it.
The Usos. So why is Roman winning this fight, and why should no one else be picking Jay Uso?
I basically say everyone's going to be picking Roman is because the fact of they're going to use this as a way to show like Roman has like no attachment to people anymore.
Yep.
Because I honestly think they solely picked Jay because it was either going to be Jimmy or Jay, whichever one of them were going to choose, just to show that like Roman doesn't care about family anymore.
Yeah,
like he's willing to basically put anyone down to keep that belt.
I like the terminology there. The big dog putting anyone down.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, dude, I'm already prepped. We're gonna hear that stupid ooh thing from fucking Roman at some point. Dude, I don't know why every time I do it, I feel like I do the Shane McMahon version of where he just like grunts. He's like, ooh.
No, I mean, I'm spot on with you. I think everyone and their grandmother is spot on with us to where everyone thinks the same. Like, this is a match where I think everyone knows what's gonna go down, but we still can't wait. Like, usually it's like, if you're predicting something and you know what's going to happen, sometimes, more than not, you're usually like, I can like be a little unpredictable, WWE. But like, this is a sense where, hey, we know what's going to happen. We want it to happen. We want that Roman Reigns that's basically going to wreck everybody and leave. Does not matter if you are his own blood. Well, kind of like... the Samoan bloodlines are kind of mixed.
Yeah,
so.
the weird connection. They are related, but like it's almost like super distantly related.
Yeah. But the fact is, they are related. They are cousins. Roman's gonna wreck him. Roman's gonna leave. This is not a prediction. What's the Roman? Yeah, this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. Probably the only spoiler match that we're gonna have because everyone knows what's going down. Soapy, the next one we've got here. I'll mix them up a little bit more so we don't get the next one that we are predicting. The women's tag, the Riot Squad taking on the champs right now, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. Who you got winning this one?
See, I will honestly say I think this is the toughest one to predict, and it's only because I have absolutely no fucking idea what they're doing with this, at all.
I think because I know, but yeah.
Because my whole thought process going into it is like, okay, we've seen that like there's discourse between Shayna and Nia
Mm-hmm.
because every fucking week they're just showing like, man, they really hate each other.
Yeah.
But then just out of nowhere, they're just nice enough to each other of like, okay, I won't absolutely turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, just knowing wrestling history and me seeing this, I'm like, man, dude, it's gonna happen any week now. I'm like, but do they do it after 1 week? But it's also me having like, this weird faith of like, maybe you guys won't fuck up anything with Shayna. They already kind of have, but I got the faith.
See, I think they are. I think they are. I'm going on the opposite side. I'm going the Riot Squad. You went Shayna and Nia. I'm going the Riot Squad because I think basically WWE was like, this is an experiment. We don't like this experiment. It's not working for us. Is it true? Maybe not. Like, Shayna and Nia are not like the worst tag team champions, but yeah, I think they put the belt on an actual champion and like, or on an actual tag team is what I should say. And this is one to where it's like, it makes me just do one of these kind of like, because you packaged, why am I blanking on her name? Riot Squad, not Ruby Riot. You package Liv Morgan, thank you, as her own character. And then in a matter of months, she's back to just being in the Riot Squad minus Sarah Logan. I think they put it on the Riot Squad. I think the Riot Squad wins. I think, honestly, if I'm ranking these matches, the Asuka Zelena will be the least exciting of the night, but it might be a little bit more exciting than this match. I don't think this match is going to be... This might be the bathroom match out of the entire card, because there's always usually one match that's your bathroom match. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Pulling this out. Ooh. Soapy. I've been trading off, and like this was going to be one that I was going to go first. Fuck it. I got to have you go first for this one. Wii U. We got an ambulance match, Soapy. Drew Randy. Who's taking this one?
Dude, I'm actually conflicted of like, I don't want Drew to lose. Like, at all. I don't want Drew to lose, but at the same time, and I'm like, I could see them having Drew lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because my whole thing is, I don't know if Keith Lee gets involved.
Okay.
I also have no idea if Retribution gets involved.
Have they gotten involved on a pay-per-view yet?
No, I mean, this could be their first chance.
I mean,
because you got to think, like...
Because they have introduced themselves.
Yeah. Like, that's my whole thing is right now, I think this is the one that I really have no idea where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you know, obviously, I'd love to see, like, a title match between Drew and Keith Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if anyone can take the belt off Drew, I think it should be Keith Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, there's other people that, if they got built up more, I'd love, like, Aleister Black and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, dude, if you're fully strapped on the Rock to Keith Lee, fuck it. May as well. Have him beat the guy who beat Brock.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go out on a ledge here, and I actually made this thought right now. I was originally going to go with... I was basically going to be a sheep, Soapy. I was going to say Randy's going to win. They're going to do it the same way when we had the Roman Braun ambulance match of, like, Drew's going to go to give him a Claymore. Randy's going to move at the last second. Boom. Drew gets thrown into the doors of the ambulance, and then Randy just scoops him in and shuts the door to still make Drew strong. And I do think that might be what they do. However, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Drew wins, only because I'm like you. I want the title still on Drew McIntyre. I don't want Randy Orton. I don't want the whole Edge Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I know why they want that, because they want to give Edge one last WrestleMania moment before he retires, but really we don't know where his recovery is coming from the injury he had around the Backlash, the greatest wrestling match ever that they pitched. So here's what I'm going to say happens. Drew wins, but this is how he wins. They're by the ambulance, and Drew goes to Claymore Randy Orton, but he misses Randy gets out of the way. Who's standing right behind Randy is the ref. So gets hit with a claymore right in the face. Ref is out. He is stone cold out. And Randy, before he goes back to kind of finish off Drew, and this might be a part where you're like, oh, the momentum is going to shift to Randy. Guess who comes out of nowhere to fuck Randy up? Keith Lee. And while the ref is down, Keith Lee is the one to throw Randy into the ambulance. Basically runs away so that Drew, ref comes up, Drew shuts the door. Boom, there you go. That would be like Keith Lee's statement of, if anyone's taken the title off of Drew, it's me. And that would also, to me, make a statement for Keith Lee. Like, I am here on Raw for one reason. And I want to go up against Drew if I'm going to take that title off of anyone. So, you said Drew too, right?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I the whole time I was just like, I gotta wait for an opportunity so I can say who I actually think wins.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I said it.
So we're both on the Drew bandwagon.
Yep.
And that's more like every single time people are like, oh, Drew's going to lose. I think you and I have been with it. So it's like, I could see them taking it off of Drew, but we don't want it off of Drew.
Yeah. It's mostly because I just feel like Drew hasn't had a fair shake with the title. And it's because we've not got to see him with a live crowd.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
USA. 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 Bobby Lashley,
Bobby.
Apollo Crews. I cannot wait for Bobby Lashley. The Hurt Business is going to get involved. This one's going to be good. I'm going Bobby Lashley. Apollo will get a few good shots in, but the Hurt Business will get involved behind the ref's back. Bobby will retain. Bobby is your U.S. championship or champion. We love Bobby.
See, I don't want to keep bringing up constant outside interference, but you know who's been feuding with the Hurt Business?
I'm gonna say if Retribution makes an entrance, it's right here.
Yeah, that's one of the only reasons I could see that. They basically been feuding directly with the Hurt Business.
Good point. So what?
Was just that
they come in and then Apollo gets it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking is it could probably be that they're doing well or anything, and then because I don't know if they're gonna have the whole Hurt Business out by the ring because normally it's just MVP. But I could see if all of them are out there, I could just see Retribution coming in and fucking with them. And then honestly, if I had to give a wild thought of what happens, is Dio Madden does whatever Dio Madden does.
Just whatever. His name's not Dio Madden anymore, though.
I know. I'm calling him Dio Madden. I'm not calling him T-Bone or whatever his stupid fucking name is now.
T-Bone is Dijakovic.
Yeah,
I forgot the other ones. One of them I think is Slash. I think it's something like that though.
I'm just gonna call them by their old name. I'm not fucking calling them that.
Let's see. So it is. It just says Bobby Lashley, Apollo Crews. It doesn't say with anybody, but Bobby Lashley is coming out with the Hurt Business.
Yeah, and at least at bare minimum, it's gonna be MVP.
Yeah. Will it though, or would it be Cedric, or would it be Shelton?
Well, the only thing is though, whenever they've
MVP's
had Bobby come out,
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MVP always goes out with Bobby.
Good point. So are you going Apollo or are you going Bobby? I don't think you said it.
I'll go Apollo, but it's just because I think the Retribution gets involved.
Okay. All right. We've got.
Even though I brought them up twice now.
We've got 3 matches left. I mean, if they are going to get involved, the U.S. title seems like the one they'd get involved with. We've got 2 tags and a women's title. The next one we're talking about is the women's title on SmackDown, baby. And I'll take this one. Bayley versus Nikki Cross. I almost said her up, down, down name. But if you say it wrong, it's a slippery slope. So I'm not going to do that. But Cross, Bayley. I've got Bayley winning this one. And I don't think it's going to be a clean finish because there were 3 thoughts that came into my head with this. And I'm just going to walk through all of them. Number 1, Nikki wins. And the reason why I thought this was I'm like, okay, Depending on how they want the Sasha Bailey feud to go, I think that's a feud that necessarily does not need a championship a part of it. Like, does the championship add to it? Absolutely. But I don't think a championship needs to be in that feud to be written correctly and get people to care about it. Just the fact that it's two friends quarreling and the connection that Sasha and Bailey have could be enough. However, I don't think they do that. On the other end, they've given this is Nikki's like 15th billionth title shot against Bailey. Like, are they going to give Nikki that moment and let her be champion? I don't think that happens, although I think it's a possibility in the realm. Number 2 is what many people are predicting, is that Bailey wins, but Sasha gets involved, and instead of costing Bailey the match, she costs Nikki the match, because it's one of those, if you're going to lose that title, I'm taking it from you. Match on, let's go. I hate you. I don't think that happens either. I think that if they set that up for a title feud, then Sasha's going to come out, surprise entrance in the Rumble. She's going to win the Rumble. Boom, we get our WrestleMania timeline. So that leaves me with my prediction, my third one. Bailey will win. It will not be clean, because a certain somebody, Soapy, that's been a little possessed is going to cost Nikki the match. I think we see the Fiend during this match. We see Alexa Bliss's full turn and full commit into the Wyatt family, the Fiend family, whatever you want to call it. He gets his first person for the stable completely. We see that happen. Alexa costs Nikki, her best friend, the match. Bailey retains. Bailey goes on.
Yeah, and I think something like that could happen. I don't know if we see that, like, this is the first time that, like, Nikki or that Alexa goes fully in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's someone's costing someone the match.
Okay. It's not going to be a clean match. We're agreeing on that.
Yeah, and it's mostly because, I mean, obviously, like, Nikki can take the loss, but it's like, I think with that feud between Sasha and Bailey, it doesn't need a title, but it's elevated by the title.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain feuds of where it's like, without the title, like, I look at the Sasha Bailey match and I'm like, well, why do they hate each other so much by that point? Because, like, that's kind of my whole thought process of, like, with certain feuds, like, having a belt is good. Because I also think it's, like, right now, especially since the women's division is really thinned out because of injuries and COVID and everything, I think it's you stick to the safe route and you have one of the horsewomen hold it. So I think trading it from Bailey to Sasha is a good thing. Let's hope this time Sasha holds the belt for more than a month.
Here's one question I'll ask with this. Does it hurt Nikki at all to have had all the, like, maybe this is me thinking AEW style because they actually, like, put up records and stuff, but would another loss to Bailey hurt Nikki to where it's like, you've had how many title shots and you still can't beat her?
I mean, to be fair, we also saw Lacey Evans get like 8 million title shots.
Good shot, but that's only because Vince likes her.
Yeah. So, like, I don't think it hurts her too much, especially because we all kind of are going into the match knowing that Nikki isn't going to beat her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a... Like,
she could. I just don't see it
that'd
happening.
That'd be the biggest upset.
Like, is there... I'm trying to think of, like, usually there's one upset. Like, the Otis was the upset of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And, like, I'm trying to think of the women's titles are where that upset's going to happen. It's either Nikki's going to have her moment or Zelena's going to have her moment, in my mind. Many might think that a match that we're going to talk about next has that moment. But any final thoughts on Bailey, Nikki? Because I kind of cut you off mid-through.
No, it's just I think Bailey keeps Nikki. I think it also kind of protects Nikki a little bit because if it's not a clean finish, like they can kind of be like, oh well, she didn't lose straight up, you know.
Yeah, good
there was some buffoonery going on here. And
then that could lead her into a story with do they lead a story into Alexa with her like, I've got to save my best friend from the Fiend? I am intrigued for what they do with that. But Soapy, we had 2 tag matches left. I've got my right hand. I've got my left hand. Which one do you want me to see what's in it, left or right?
Left.
Left hand. What do we got? What do we got? The next one we're going to do is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Before they had this listed as a 2-on-3 handicap match. I don't know if they're still keeping with that because it's no longer on the Wikipedia page. But Soapy, who wins? Lucha, 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 or Nakamura and Cesaro?
I think Cesaro and Nakamura are keeping it. Mm-hmm. And it also may just be the fact that I'm so used to Lucha House Party not winning anything.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of in like that. I'm in this mind state of like why would I believe they're gonna win now?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also, I think right now, I don't know if it'd be a good time to take the belt off of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, I mean, like, they've held the belt for like a month or so. So, you know, obviously, like that it's one of those things where, like, they could lose. I just don't see, like, why Lucha House Party needs the belt now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going with Cesaro and Shinsuke.
So I'm going to go with Cesaro and Shinsuke also. And the reason why I'm going to do it, though, I can't explain until we go on into the next one. So the last one we have is the Raw Tag Team matchup. And I'll just go straight into my Raw Tag Team prediction because it plays into the SmackDown one. The reason why I have the Cesaro Shinsuke matchup beating Lucha House Party is because how I see the Raw Tag Team Championships going down is the Street Profits are going to have one hell of a match with Andrade and Angel. However, because Zelena might possibly win, and maybe I should have picked Zelena at the beginning to make this through, but how I think what's going to happen is, and yet again, we're recording this on Friday. The thing that sucks is Friday Night SmackDown happens before or after we record this. So basically, we're going to find out tonight a little bit of info between Otis and The Miz because The Miz is suing him for the Money in the Bank contract. I think something's going to happen to where Otis is going to have the thought of, well, if I don't have it, you can't sue me for it. So what's going to happen at Clash of Champions is that both the Street Profits and Andrade and Angel are going to be knocked out. Kind of that classic kind of scene we see where all four guys are just laying there and it's like, oh my God, who's going to get up, King? Who's getting up? That's going to happen. But this time, bam, Heavy Machinery's music hits. Otis is trucking it down with the lunchbox. He's going to hand in the lunchbox. He's going to cash in. He's going to pin. I think if I had to pick out of Angel and Andrade, I think Angel takes the pin. He pins Angel 1, 2, 3. Heavy Machinery are your new Raw champions. And then basically what happens from this is Heavy Machinery comes over to Raw. Mandy and Otis are still a thing. They're together on the same show. The Miz can't split us up. And then that opens up the Street Profits because SmackDown will do, Fox will be like, oh, well, we want someone to come over to SmackDown because now Heavy Machinery is on Raw. The Street Profits then will go over to SmackDown and start a feud for the SmackDown Tag Champs, Shinsuke and Cesaro.
Yeah, as much as I hope that something like that happens, I think that they are going to end up just taking it away from Otis.
Mm-hmm.
So,
giving it to Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I still got the Street Profits losing. I think Andrade and Angel are going to win.
Okay.
And I think that's how you bring them back together. Zelena originally broke away from them because you know Angel and Andrade are always fighting.
Good point.
She's like, oh, like you guys are the reason we can't win.
Yeah.
Like, even though literally it's only three of us and you two just can't get your head out of your asses long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think where like if they win a championship together, it's obviously she's going to be like, oh, maybe you guys have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that builds up to the tension of when they do decide to break up.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how long down the line that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
To where then I think that's when you can make a star out of one of them.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like if they have a good enough performance whenever they do break up, you can make a star out of both.
Yeah.
Which, not gonna lie, I still think it'd be on. I think it'd still be Angel.
Well, Angel's got that little that little Eddie Guerrero in him. That's what I see.
Yeah. And whenever I see people say that that's disrespect to Eddie, I'm like, it's not really though. Like the whole thing is I will say.
Thank you. I did the same thing on MVP Sports Live, and Dave got mad at me.
Yeah, I don't see it as disrespect to Eddie because Angel is super similar.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing of, like, don't get me wrong. Like I will say, I get where people come from with saying, like, oh, it's disrespectful to Eddie.
It's like putting Angel in a category he's not in yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's everyone starts out somewhere.
Yeah, good point.
Like, dude, like it's one of those things, dude. Like, and I know some people would probably be like, oh, that's a stupid reason. Like, dude, when I look at Angel, I'm like, he's got something with Eddie. Like, it's that look.
Yeah.
Because honestly, and I'm gonna sound stupid as fuck when I say it. I view Andrade more as like what like an Alberto Del Rio would be.
Okay.
And like I don't mean that in like a mean way. Like not hashtag in the ring, Alberto Del Rio.
Get Alberto out there! Get Alberto out there! Get the case on there right now!
Yeah, we're going on hashtag in the ring for that one because we're not doing hashtag out of the ring.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We're not doing Andrade's about to go to jail.
We've already been going for a half hour. We'll be here for another hour if we do that.
Yeah, but I think it's just you use this opportunity of them winning the belts to make a star out of them, and I think Angel needs a little bit more of the rub now.
Okay.
Because I think it's like Andrade is just one of those people of like he still kind of needs Zelena, I think, more than Angel does.
Yeah, he does.
Because Angel's one of those people, dude. Like he's got that charm to him. I don't know what it is, dude.
Will Andrade ever be able to be on his own, or will he always need a manager like Zelena?
I think once he starts learning English. Because, like, once again, I know we've had this whole conversation before.
Yeah. With Asuka.
Yeah. And, like, with Asuka, it makes more sense because the whole thing is, like, Asuka can technically speak English.
Yeah.
It's just she's not
She's better
really good
speaking her native tongue.
Yeah. With Andrade can barely speak English. Like, it is, like, super limited.
Yeah. Well,
and I think it's one of those things of, even when he speaks in his native language, I also personally think Andrade just kind of sounds boring.
Yeah. No, good point.
I think... Like, that's why, when I said, like, I see him kind of as an Alberto Del Rio, I'm like, even at that, I'm like, Alberto is also kind of charismatic, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I almost said Chavo, and I was like, oh, I don't know if some people would take that as a slight to him or not. Because Chavo wasn't bad, it was just he's always viewed as the worst Guerrero. Yeah,
I mean, usually the ones, though, that we talk about having the, like, how you're explaining it that don't have... Because I don't want to say he doesn't have charisma, but we saw it at NXT. We saw the charisma side of it. It's just the other thing I think of is like Io Shirai down in NXT. There was a great bit this past Wednesday where Candice came up, was talking smack to her. Io, basically how she cuts promos is, there was some English, but then she started talking Japanese. And then basically Johnny was able to come in and have kind of a funny line of like, I don't know what you're saying, lady, but I don't like it.
Yeah, so I think it's just going to really depend. But yeah, I think it's Angel and Andrade steal the belt.
Yep.
I think Angelo Dawkins takes the pin, as much as I love a D'Lo Brown 2.0.
D'Lo?
Yeah. I can't wait until people start shitting on us for making fun of, or making it sound like we're shitting on them.
We can all agree on one thing though. Montez Ford, future WWE champion. Universal or regular. It's got to happen. Shoot him to the moon. But that's going to do it for our predictions. Remember, patreon.com/MVPvids. We are going to be having a competition with our patrons, silver and above, to see who can best us in these predictions. So that will be up as this video goes up. So any silver or above patrons that want to come in, and if you want to get in on the action as well, check out patreon.com/MVPvids. Get in on it. Support us a little bit so that we can keep making these videos for you. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, we have a Discord where we talk wrestling all the time. That link is down below in the description. That is going to do it for us. We will actually, what I'm thinking, Soapy, is because we're going to do a watch-along for wrestling. I've been thinking this, and I think I'm going to actually end up doing it, is we will most likely be live on Twitch for that. So check with us on Sunday. Follow us on Twitter, MVP_vids. Join the Discord, because the announcement will be there, to where we'll most likely be live on Twitch for Clash of Champions, so we can watch it along with you guys. But if not, Discord's the way to go, because then you can get in on the watch-alongs if you're a patron, and you're in the Discord. Wow, it's a win-win situation. But that's going to do it for our predictions. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.